City of Bend Fire Department was formed in the early 1900s after a devastating fire fought by community volunteers destroyed much of downtown. Since that point, the department has grown into a proud organization consisting of about 88 men and women that serve the community of Bend. We're now known as Bend Fire and Rescue with 5 strategically placed stations located around the city of Bend.
Firefighting in general has changed for us dramatically over the past 30 years, where we used to see houses built of lumber primarily, dimensional lumber, solid wood houses with organic furnishings inside. Now we have basically houses that are built of wood and glue. A house can be consumed much faster now by fire than it was even 20 years ago.
Training for us is what we do when we're not on emergencies. We consider every day to be a training day. We have so many different disciplines that we need to train in: suppression, vehicle extrication, special operations with different types of rescues.
As high as this thing floats in the water, you can actually take us up quite a bit of swift water.
Special operations are very important to the Bend Fire and Rescue because we have so many natural and man-made features around our community where people get themselves into trouble. And these features, if somebody gets into trouble, it takes a special skill set sometimes to extricate them from these situations.
Skid car training prepares us in the event that we might have an emergency, such as on ice where an emergency vehicle breaks loose of the road.
Each firefighter for the city of Bend is medically trained, anywhere from an EMT intermediate, basic, or a paramedic, with the paramedic being the highest level. To be a full paramedic, which majority of them are here at the city of Bend, it takes a 2-year associate's degree of applied science from typically a community college.
Bend Fire Rescue responds to a 1,600 square mile ambulance service area, taking us east halfway to Burns and west to the crest of the Cascades.
Our call volume is 80% EMS, which is the greater majority of all of our calls throughout the day, and is why we have so many paramedics staffed with the city of Bend. There's an ambulance in every station, as well as a fire engine and other apparatus.
Paramedics and EMTs have to know a multitude of protocols that are very important for them for patient care.
12 lead EKGs that allow us to be able to see advanced signs of cardiac, to ACLS, defibrillation, drugs for nausea, all the way up to CPR and epinephrine.
For us, it's very important that we have an automatic response, that we're able to train to the level that when we're faced with a situation, no matter what it is, that we're able to take on that situation and make decisions rapidly.
So for us to acquire structures and to burn them as a burn to learn is one of the most valuable forms of training that we can do. We try and train our firefighters to understand fire behavior, to keep them out of a bad situation. That involves reading the smoke conditions when they arrive, looking at the fire conditions within the house, and trying to understand what that fire is going to be like 5 minutes from now.
Our special ops training includes such things as rope training, swift water training, ice rescue, trench rescue, confined space rescue, and vehicle and machinery extrication.
We train for a lot of different circumstances in rope rescue, and recently we were able to take that knowledge that we have and help the Department of Wildlife rescue a bear safely out of a tree, a 300-pound bear that was unconscious.
We have 2 levels of training in the fire department. One is a technician level, one's an operations level. We have 13 technicians that are part of the special operations team. Those 13 technicians train all the rest of the members of the department to an operations level, which is a reduced level of training, but it gives them the knowledge and skills to start any rescue process underway.
Our firefighters are in a constant state of training for dangerous and complex situations.
For us, there's really not enough time to train. We would like to be able to train more, and our people are hungry to train, and it's the basis for what we do. It's what makes us good. It's who we are.
It got much hotter here.
Our prevention staff works to protect the community through fire investigation, building inspection, and public education.
Well, it's always important for the deputy fire marshals to go out and complete their fire investigations to understand what started the fire. Once we understand what started the fire, the cause and the origin, then we can prevent those fires in the future. The Fire Marshal's Office inspects all commercial and public buildings. We do this to make sure that the buildings are safe for the public when they patronize these businesses. We also go out to all the public and private schools to educate the children on fire safety. In return, they take that home and share it with their family.
911! Another program is the Bend Fire Pipes and Drum. Historically, fire departments have had pipe and drums in their community, and the City of Bend didn't have one, so our folks decided they needed to form one, and now we have one that can serve our community.
The mission for Bend Fire and Rescue is to protect our community through excellence in service. Training is key to meeting this goal.